won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now. Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. I have an insane video breakdown for you all, piecing parts of the puzzle together. We're going to be talking about BlackRock. We're going to be talking about Coinbase. We're going to be talking about this news that not a lot of people really covered intuitively, right? Really detailed as to why they could potentially think that this is happening. No real logical explanation for this aside from this whole low usage statement that Coinbase made. But we're going to talk about the connection with BlackRock via a video that one of the CYPRX students sent me. But this is a YouTube video. I'm going to play a little snippet for you all. This is a video that Daryl sent me. He's one of the CYPRX students, and he said, give this a little bit of a watch. And you guys know me, I always pick things apart and try to find ways to connect things. This connection is insane, all just based off of the vocabulary that the BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, uses in this interview that he did roughly about 6 days ago. Okay, so I'm going to correlate all this with Ripple. We're going to tie in everything, all the documents, all the PDFs. We're going to be talking about the tokenization of securities. We're going to be talking about the derivatives markets. We're going to be talking about trillions of dollars of value. We're going to be talking about instantaneous settlements via bonds and stocks. Okay, again, all things that generated from this interview with Larry Fink. And I'm going to correlate all this into the whole BlackRock integration with Coinbase. We're going to be talking about how Coinbase represented an amicus brief to the court for support of XRP. And we're going to be talking about how Coinbase just now recently announced that they are not supporting XRP anymore. I'm going to show you guys why I think that is. Again, this in a sense is speculation, but it's me piecing parts of the puzzle that not a lot of people are going to attempt to piece together. Okay. So if you enjoy video breakdowns like this, smash that thumbs up button, take a second and just listen to the key phrases. We're going to be thinking about instantaneous settlement is one of the key phrases that the CEO of BlackRock uses. And we're going to be talking about the tokenization of securities. But first, take a listen and just pay attention to what he says about the future of the cryptocurrency market.
Own token. It was not a DeFi. It wasn't a ledger that was open to the world. It was a closed ledger. Right. It was not distributed. So the whole foundation of what crypto is, it's supposed to be a distributed ledger that is across the system. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Very important. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. No, I mean, the transformation, think about instantaneous settlement. Think about instantaneous settlement, bonds and stocks. No middlemen. Instantaneous settlement, bonds and stocks. No middlemen. We're going to bring down fees even more dramatically.
Okay, I think you guys heard enough. So he literally just told you all that he has a firm belief in the future of the cryptocurrency market space. That's number one. That was the first highlight. The second highlight was he mentioned the tokenization of securities in instantaneous settlements via bonds and stocks, the third thing. But he said specifically, the entire bond market is about to transition. He said instantaneous via settlements, bonds and stocks, utilizing a distributed ledger technology with no middleman. Okay.
No middleman.
Do you see the vocabulary that he's using? So let's dive down the rabbit hole. We're going to be paying attention to that vocabulary right there. That led me down the Ripple rabbit hole. As always, in some way, shape, or form, Ripple is connected with these key phrases, with these keywords, and then we're going to tie it all in with BlackRock's partnership with Coinbase, the $595 trillion derivatives market. Why I think it is that XLM and XRP are not being supported anymore, because they know what is about to freaking happen. Okay, watch this. Check this out. So this came out July 7, 2021. This is straight from the Ripple.com website. Evolving RippleNet for a tokenized future. And you just heard the BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, literally say that the entire bond market is being revamped via a tokenized future. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. Coming down here, 2 highlights from this article. It says, with this increase in adoption, there's a growing need for tokenization. The use of digital tokens to represent ownership of any type of asset, physical or not, on the blockchain. Tokenization is transforming how people buy, sell, track, and manage assets. Everything from art and real estate to intellectual property, equities, and supply chain goods. In fact, the World Economic Forum projects 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by 2027. And I believe I did a calculation of that. That's roughly around $8 trillion. At least by 2027 is what the World Economic Forum is predicting. But I'm going to show you how it's going to be much bigger than that in this video breakdown. With our years of experience working with financial institutions on using blockchain-based technologies, Ripple is uniquely positioned to partner with enterprises for that future. There's no question those who don't embrace these new technologies will be left behind. Ripple is evolving. We're expanding from cross-border payments networks to a platform providing tokenized services that will bring crypto capabilities to the enterprises and prepare them for a future where crypto is the front and center. It literally says right here that Ripple is evolving and expanding from cross-border payments, which is one avenue of approach that they're taking, to providing tokenized services. Okay. Remember, Larry Fink said that he believes that the entire bond market will be tokenized. Okay. Then he talks about instantaneous settlement. He talks about the tokenization of securities and whatnot. So let's jump down the rabbit hole. This is an interesting article from Ripple.com. A few global banks are exploring the potential of stablecoins. So here's the first mention of a stablecoin and digital currencies. And some central banks are evaluating the potential of central bank digital currencies. For all these examples, the primary use cases center around cross-border payments and trade settlement, in particular, bond and commodity trades, both in which Ripple's XRP and Ripple, the company, are attempting to accelerate. And it says right here, cross-border payments and bonds. Okay. Come down here and it says the use of digital assets in settlement and or as a base currency is a game changer. Instant payment with nearly zero counterparty and settlement risk, lower capital requirements, and no pre-funding. And we already know, coming over here, back to this, it says providing tokenized services, also while expanding cross-border payment networks. Okay. So there's that connection. We come over here. This is where it starts to go down the rabbit hole. So this is a PDF straight from HSBC, okay, who we know is a partner of Ripple, right? HSBC, executive and Swift board member, joins Ripple. Ripple, the global provider of a financial settlement solution, today announced the hire of Marcus Stretcher as global head of strategic accounts, okay? He had over 12 years in global leadership roles at HSBC. He is now a partner of Ripple. Let's go back to this document, okay? We're going to go to page 10. On page 10, look what it talks about. Project Jasper, a Canadian public-private consortium demonstrating instantaneous securities and clearing settlement. Here's that word. Again, where did this word come from? From the BlackRock CEO, who talked about instantaneous settlement via bonds and stocks, who we already know mentioned the tokenization of the entire bond market, who we know Ripple is attempting to expand not only in cross-border payments, but also in providing tokenized services. Okay, well, check this out. On this article, Project Jasper, a Canadian public-private consortium demonstrating instantaneous securities clearing and settlement, on this same PDF, who we already know HSBC is a partner of Ripple. We come over here. This is the same PDF. This is on page 8, and it says payments. Distributed ledger technology can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risks, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. In foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth of, and then it gives an amount, okay? So it mentions specifically XRP and the XRP ledger. No other cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Talking about, on page 10, instantaneous securities clearing and settlement. Project Jasper, how is that connected? Okay, So again, remember HSBC is a partner, joins Ripple. Let's go over here to the World Bank document. This is a worldbank.org document, okay? This is where we're going to read about the Jasper and Ubin project, okay? This is a project from the Bank of Canada, right? So this is on page 16. More recently, building on 3 models just discussed, the Bank of Canada and MAS explored how their originally CBDC projects could be developed so as to offer cross-border payment solutions. In 2016, the 2 central banks had embarked on Project Jasper and Project Ubin, respectively, to investigate the use of distributed ledger technology for the clearing and settlement of payments in securities. Specifically, the 2 projects, now here's that word right here, remember, the tokenization of securities and instantaneous settlement, okay? Specifically, the 2 projects envisions and tokenized form of wholesale CBDCs issued on blockchain by the central bank for use by commercial banks. The 2 central banks joined forces to understand how Project Jasper and Ubin, the prototype networks developed on different blockchain platforms, could interoperate, allowing for cross-border payments to be settled on central bank digital currencies, essentially, okay? So on the same PDF, this is again from the World Bank, we're going to go over here. This is on page 38 and 39. Okay, it says right here, looking at the potential to wholesale payment systems is crucial. This is massive. Okay, pay attention to what I'm about to say. A business case for the USC would be to provide a vehicle for settlement within derivatives markets. An example would be the market for cross-currency and interest rate swaps. To this end, it is important to note that the gross national value of outstanding contracts in over-the-counter OTC derivatives markets at the end of Q2 2018 was $595 trillion, while the gross market value of the OTC derivatives in the same period was US 10 trillion. In the context of disruptive to existing wholesale payments, clearing and settlement infrastructures such as Canada's large value transfer payment system, payments made as part of trade life cycles, and this is where we're going to get into XRP, okay? Events in a broader securities and derivatives markets may no longer require such infrastructure. Do you see what it just said? Okay, it's not going to require these payment infrastructures anymore. Why? Because everything's changing. Everything's about to be tokenized. Everything's about to be instantaneously settled. Boom, on the flip of a freaking switch. It says it right here. This is an article from the World Bank. These may no longer require such infrastructures. Indeed, the instantaneous cross-border transfer of digital tokens, here's that word again, instantaneous. The instantaneous cross-border transfer of digital tokens exchangeable for cash assets eliminates the need for cumbersome processes of intraday collateral management required by existing wholesale settlement systems. Okay, now let's get into this part right here. It says stable coins for cross-border payments. Stable coins, again, here's the second mention of a stablecoin, refers to a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. Stablecoins offer instantaneous processing and security of payments as many cryptocurrencies do. We come down here and it says, the 2 digital currencies that fall into this category are RippleNet's native digital currency, XRP, and Stellar Networks' native cryptocurrency, the XLM Stellar Lumens. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to the correspondent banking. And then it goes on to giving a continuation on what they do. Do you guys see that? I don't know how else to connect this for people. It's nuts. Ripple, and then it goes on to saying what Ripple is. Ripple is a real-time cross-border settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network created by Ripple Labs. Okay. It goes on to continue to talk about what XRP does, right? But why am I telling you all this? And why do I think all of this extra stuff happened with Coinbase, right? Not supporting XRP, but also supporting an amicus brief, confusing people, okay? So this whole project, and just to tie this in, just to show you guys that this project Jasper, Project Ubin, they were 110% utilizing XRP, okay? Not only is it mentioned on the same exact PDF where it talks about, okay, Project Jasper and Project Ubin, just to show you guys that, we'll type in Jasper. Okay, so here it mentions Project Jasper, Project Ubin, okay? Not only once, but 8 times. And then on the same page, it mentions XRP, okay? Says it right down here. Who's a part of this? Here are all the people that were a part of this PDF. And right down at the bottom, Ripple XRP cryptocurrency, okay? So this was a submission submitted in, I believe, 2015, okay? A submission to the Department of Finance, Canada. And who submitted this? Ripple, okay? So we go down here to page 7 again. Remember, Project Ubin, Project Jasper was ran by the Bank of Canada. This is a submission to the Department of Finance in Canada. Let's go to page 7. Okay, it says right here, Ripple features a ledger that bilaterally clears and settles payments between banks and payment systems instantaneously. Unlike today's network, which typically relies on central counterparties for executing and confirming transactions. You guys heard Larry Fink say that he believes that in the future, blockchain technology is going to allow the bond market to transform, okay, eliminating the middleman. This article right here, via a submission to the finance ministers in Canada, literally says Ripple features a ledger that bilaterally clears and settles payments between banks and payment systems instantaneous. And then it also, to connect this with the previous article where it says that these systems are no longer going to exist anymore, this submission says, unlike today's network, which typically rely on central counterparties for executing and confirming transactions, Ripple transactions are cleared via consensus, a process native to Ripple by which a collection of authorized counterparties validate transactions through a distributed network. Did you hear what this gentleman said? Larry Fink, the biggest investment firm on the face of this earth, said, if we go back to, I believe, 1019 in this video, listen, he literally says it's going to be on a distributed ledger technology.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger, that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement.
You can't make this up. A distributed ledger that everybody can use equally, that offers instantaneous settlement. Do you all see how it's look, it's right here. Ripple features a ledger that bilaterally clears and settles payments between banks and payment systems instantaneously. You cannot make this up. So to end this breakdown, please, I hope I'm blowing people's minds right now. BlackRock partners with Coinbase to expand crypto offering. We saw this headline. This came out on the 5th of August, 2022. Okay. We also saw this, which was a little bit confusing surrounding some news that just recently developed. Crypto exchange Coinbase files amicus brief to support Ripple in lawsuit over XRP. We know that they are accompanied with or partnered with, BlackRock. We know what BlackRock's vision is for the future of tokenized assets alongside of Ripple. We now know that there's a partnership between Coinbase and BlackRock, and we also know that there's a potential for a $595 trillion flow of money to come over to this distributed ledger technology. We saw that document, okay? Why on earth would they want people to be able to hold XRP? Coinbase Wallet will stop supporting XLM and XRP. It is not a freaking coincidence that this is coming out. This news is not connected. Do you see? They don't list any other cryptocurrency and they cite low usage. This is made up crap because they know that XLM and XRP are the only cryptocurrencies mentioned in these documents that have keyword integration with the freaking CEO of BlackRock, who is tied into all of this. Do you guys see how it works? Okay. I hope that I just dropped the ball and showed people why this type of news is coming out. I don't know what other YouTubers or Twitter influencers are covering out there, but this is my speculative bet on why they are not supporting XLM and XRP. They just threw BCH and ETC in there just as a smokescreen. Guaranteed that's why they list these two. Guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen, not financial advice, okay? So hopefully that pieced everything together for you all. If you like this video breakdown, smash that thumbs up button. I know that it was a little bit of a lengthy one, but now you know the potential of the rabbit holes that we can go down here at CYPRX just by paying attention to key phrases and keywords. That's literally all this took, okay? Pay attention to detail, ladies and gentlemen. These individuals, okay, these trillionaires drop gems for you to pick up on. The middle class, the people at the bottom of the food chain, you can become the next 1% by understanding what is about to happen. This is one of the most biggest investment, actually the most biggest investment firm, if I'm not mistaken, on the face of this earth, BlackRock, right? Literally telling you word for word what's about to happen. I don't know why you would not listen to this gentleman. So I'll leave you guys with that. Blessings to you all, and I'll see you all in the next video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.